Hello, and welcome to another episode of a weekly deathmatch. In this episode, we are playing Unreal Tournament 2004. I thought it would be cool to kind of compare it, because this is the same map. This is deck, although this is deck 17. Last week was deck 16, so this is a sequel. It's basically just a remake of the original map with a few changes, and I thought it'd be cool to kind of compare the two Unreal Tournaments together, because I grew up playing Unreal Tournament 99, but it wasn't until like 2013 maybe that I bought Unreal Tournament 2004 and started playing that. And I have to say, I haven't sunk as much time into this one as I have into the other one. And I think it shows because I had to lower the bots from Adept to Skilled, because normally when I do play 2004, I play Insta-Skip mode. Like, I hardly ever play this mode, just like the regular play with all the normal guns and stuff. But I like it because there are so many differences in the weapons and in the map and stuff. For instance, the flat cannon here, obviously they all look different, but the flat cannon kind of has that kind of bounces off walls and stuff. Off the top of my head, I don't know if it does that in the original one, but the effect is more obvious in this one. And, like, clearly it bounces more and stuff. And like, as you can see at the end of this corridor now, it loops around to another section of the map instead of just being a dead end. That's nice, that kind of works out. And there is that box. So one thing I've never really figured out in this game is movement, so you'll have to bear with, because this happens a lot. I cannot fucking get on top of this box because there isn't double jump in this one, but there is like ledge climbing if you double jump on a ledge, and I didn't fucking figure that out throughout most of the duration of this video. So that flat cannon is a problem for most of the video. But yeah, the flat cannon in this one is not my favourite amongst all the Unreal Tournament games, I'll be honest, it's not my favourite, but then I do prefer this one's rocket launcher compared to 99's. It's just more instant feeling, it's just got a general nicer feel to it. As for the characters, I don't like the give effects as much as I do in 99, although I can appreciate that there are now ragdoll effects instead of them stopping in midair and then flopping over dead. I appreciate that as ragdoll now. I appreciate that knocking that guy off into lava with that rocket gave me the frag, whereas if you remember last week I did the same thing in 99 and it didn't give me a frag. Little things like that, just improvements. And also I think just the general art style of this game is really good, it holds up. Maybe not this map so much, I don't know, but in some other maps it looks so like cartoony and stuff. Like, it holds up, it's got more of a kind of cartoony style, and I dig it. All the Unreal Tournament games have different styles. 99 was just, you know, what, I don't know. It wasn't realistic. I would call it retro styled, even though back then it wouldn't have been retro, it would have just been current day. But I see it as kind of like retro styled, where obviously all the textures are quite plain and stuff. They didn't really put a style into it, I'd say. It was more just a case of, you know, this is a game. I don't know. Whereas this one seems like it has more of an aesthetic, like it's more colourful, it's got kind of more cartoony elements to it. And then Unreal Tournament 3, of course, is more, you know, it falls into the pitfalls of that era of gaming, which was everything must be gritty and realistic and dark and stuff. You'll see that next week. Spoiler alert, we're doing deck in Unreal Tournament 3 next week. The comparisons continue. And then with the new Unreal Tournament, it's just kind of more modern, like I'd say more minimalistic. Like there's not too many textures, it's more kind of like flat colours. Although, to be fair, a lot of that is just because some of the maps are unfinished. Like, there are textures, but it's not quite as noisy. It's easier to pass your surroundings and stuff like that. And I appreciate that art style too. I was going to try and compare the Redeemers, but unfortunately I didn't manage to grab a Redeemer in this match. And yeah, so I've just kind of never really gotten the hang of like the movement system in this game, the adrenaline and stuff, because all I've ever really played is Insta-Skip. You don't really need to try and reach like not overshield, but you know what I mean, like the items like the Unreal damage and stuff. You don't really need to reach those in Insta-Skip because they're not there, because it's Insta-Skip. So yeah, laziness on my part. But it's weird though, like these two iterations of Unreal Tournament feel so different and yet they feel so similar. Like, if I think I gotta play Unreal Tournament, normally it's not like, oh, I'll just pick whichever. Normally it's like, what do I feel like? Do I feel like 99 or 2004? They've got distinct feelings to me, and I like that. And one thing I've never really done is the campaign in this game. Because I got Unreal Tournament 99 on PS2, I played it primarily as a single player game. I played the campaign. And the campaign, for the record, if you've never played an Unreal Tournament game, is just bot matches lined up against each other, match after match. So that's cool. I might do that one day. I might try and do a playthrough of like the campaign. And I was going to do that for Unreal Tournament 3 as well, especially since it's got achievements and stuff tied to it, but ew, I don't know. I do like Unreal Tournament 3. We'll get into that next week. But I couldn't really get into the campaign, even though again it is just bot matches, which I would normally play. But like it's forcing me to play game modes I wouldn't normally play, which again the others do too. But I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I was thinking about the future of weekly deathmatch, and honestly, I wouldn't mind if it was more like arena shooter focused, like Unreal Tournament and like a few other games. Like it doesn't have to be online multiplayer all the time. It can just be whatever I feel like playing, and that's. I'm not saying I'm not going to do. I'm not saying I'm not going to do Overwatch and fucking Destiny 2 and stuff like that in the future. It just means, you know, maybe more bot matches, maybe more Unreal Tournament, because I like doing this just to let off steam. And I was actually really looking forward to recording the weekly deathmatch this week. Because I was like, man, I get to do Unreal Tournament and I get to talk about comparisons and stuff. And that's another thing I want to say, by the way. I fucking hate this game's base weapon. I don't think it's called the Enforcer. I don't remember what it's called, but 99 has the Enforcer, which if you get 5 shots on a person and they don't have like armor or anything, then it takes 5 shots to kill them, and that's nice. It feels like, you know, you're doing damage. Whereas with this, it's just like a really shitty little machine gun. Well, not machine gun, but you know what I mean. Like it just doesn't feel good. It feels like it's not landing an impact or anything. It's probably my least favourite weapon in the game. And speaking of further comparisons, I have to say I like shooting the shock rifle in this game, but I don't like how it looks. My favourite looking shock rifle has to be Unreal Tournament 3's shock rifle. Although saying that, I don't remember off the top of my head what the modern Unreal Tournament shock rifle looks like. I think it is pretty cool if I remember right. But this one just looks... What is that? Look at that. What is that? I don't know. It's funny as well because sometimes I see gameplay from Unreal Tournament 2003 or Unreal Championship and stuff, and like they've got versions of the guns that I'm not familiar with. Like I don't know how they look, and I'm like, man, it's really weird. Like you see, like the normal firing methods come out of them that you're used to, but like it's coming out of like a completely foreign object, which I find kind of funny. But yeah, that's about going to do it for this video. We're wrapping up here. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention as well, this was 12 bots, you know, same as last time. The only thing that changed was I put the difficulty down by 1 peg, just because I'm not as good at 2004. But yeah, I have a blast playing this one. And I will see you back here next week, same time, give or take a day. Same map, give or take a few different artistic impressions. And that'll about do it. There's my wrapping up. Wrap. I don't know.